Hi, Guy Mariel Stinson from One Kingdom TV. I just wanted to share something with our group and our family, very short, very quick. And that is that we owe a great debt of gratitude to the scribes and the Pharisees of the Old Testament in particular, because of their careful record keeping. They were very super careful to keep the word accurately. And that is something we benefit from even to this day. However, in spite of their care and their dedication, they couldn't see Jesus, even though he stood right in front of them. They didn't recognize him for what he was. And similarly, we owe a great debt of gratitude to our modern theologians who have also dug into meaning, interpretation, the theology, exegesis of the word, and so on. We owe them a great gratitude. But like the scribes and the Pharisees, we also need to recognize that at times they don't know Jesus. They haven't actually met him. And then we can go a third layer in this as well. And that is that we, in a sense, owe ourselves a debt of gratitude for seeking the Lord. But in the same way as the scribes and the theologians can profoundly give themselves to these things and still miss Jesus, we too are in the same boat. We too can go through ritual, keep faithfully going on Sundays and yet not know Jesus. We can miss him completely. And part of the thing that happens in that condition is we lay foundations which we say, see, I've laid my foundation, I'm so right, therefore we've now got to go and sort other people out. And this is what the scribes and Pharisees specialized in. And they wanted to sort even Jesus out and get him to come into line with what they understood. And we see the same thing theologically as well, where, this denomination has this theology, this denomination has that, and now we've got to do our YouTube videos and show everybody how wrong they are. But at the same time, the point that I'm making with all of this is we need to be so careful. Because as we're looking at other people that may be missing the point, or other people that are doing things that we say, no, that doesn't make sense to us, we don't know if God hasn't got them on a journey of their own. For example, the scribes and the Pharisees didn't understand that Jesus had his disciples on a journey of their own. And in their minds, this journey was heresy. This journey was so way off track and so ungodly that they had to go out and persecute these people to the extent of having somebody like Paul go house to arrest them and to kill them. That is the power of religiosity. The Spirit is not bound by that power. The Spirit moves in its own wind and its own seasons and its own flow. And the Spirit comes from knowing Jesus. And it's a difference. And that difference can come into Christianity and is in Christianity. You have those who are specializing in the drawing swords, in the poking in the eye, in the setting everybody right. And then you get the other swing as well. Now, with all things spiritual, it's so important that we keep and identify where we have balance. And that is prime. And that is super important, because we too can become like the scribes, the Pharisees, and we too can swing into the other direction. We become like the Gnostics and the sects and the heretics. Let's busy ourselves with ourselves. Let's work on ourselves. Let's get right with ourselves in front of the Lord. And when we put our eyes on Jesus, we start focusing on him, guess what? All of this other stuff starts falling aside. We are so fallen. We are so desperately in need of him. We are so ignorant in spite of all our studies, just like the scribes, just like the theologians. We can think, well, I've spent 10,000 hours in study, therefore I know everything, and not know Jesus and miss the point completely, even if he's standing right in front of us. So let's be humble. Let's go on our journey. If we find something helpful to help people, let's share that. If somebody comes to us and says he has a need for correction, let's be humble. Maybe they're seeing something we don't see. Let's consider it, but always take it back to the Lord and always say, Father, so-and-so said X or Y or Z about me. What is the truth? If there's a truth I need to learn, please reveal it to my spirit and through your word. Let's be humble. Let's pray. Let's love one another and focus on Jesus, and he can focus on fixing other people. May God bless you. I hope this helps in some way.